Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm wearing the same outfit as one of my other videos because I am filming 2 videos today so that way I can do a lot of editing throughout the week because I don't really have time to film throughout my weekdays. And that's because I work a full-time job Monday to Friday until about 5 p.m, sometimes later, usually later. And so by the time I get home, I'm exhausted, it's dark, and it's not really the best time to film. So that's why we're here, and that's why we're filming 2 videos today. Not like you'd actually know I was filming 2 in one day, but it's fine, it doesn't matter. It's out in the open anyway. Today we are doing episode 3 of the Cringe O Meter series, and this time we are going to check out the top 5, at least this is according to A&E. Oh, I hope I don't get flagged for using their content. They're kind of like Dr. Phil, where it's like, they're very protective. I don't know, we'll find out. I mean, it would suck if I went through all this work of filming and editing just to find out this video can't actually happen. Anywho, we're gonna check out some crazy outbursts caught in the courtroom. Let's get started. Okay, let's watch video number 1.
We start things off at the Russell and Wayne County's Family Court in Kentucky for a hearing on a domestic violence order filed by a husband against his ex-wife.
That's never good.
And the respondent were married in the past and have children in common, correct? And were the statements you made in your petition true and correct at that time? Are you willing to make those statements part of your sworn testimony here today? And are you asking the court to enter an order restraining the respondent from any contact with you? I've taken your statements in your petition as part of your testimony, but I need you to tell me briefly, in your own words, what happened to cause you to ask for it.
Okay, so this guy is looking to get a restraining order against his ex-wife, and it seems also potentially custody for their children, and he's about to explain why, so let's find out.
That's your balance order.
Yes, Your Honor. Things have been escalating, I guess, since the first of the year, and Melissa's had a couple of MIWs.
What's an MIW?
Arrests.
Oh, I'm glad it popped up because I was about to Google it. A mental inquest warrant. Recommend for people who may harm themselves or others. Oh, interesting.
She got out of jail in, I guess, April, and she started, we hadn't really had anything personal up until that point. She got out of jail in April, and she started.
My personal life is
No.
business, right? It has nothing to do with
Miss
you.
Harwood,
No.
you will be held in contempt of this court if you
I
become
don't
disruptive.
care. I haven't done anything.
She doesn't care, so do it.
Done anything to
Okay.
him.
She will be arrested for contempt of court.
Oh, she did it.
Serve 10 days for contempt of court. Go now.
What? She just attacked the judge. Look how disgusted she's like. Are you kidding me? Like, you were just being held 10 days in court for contempt, and now you're gonna be facing a lot more jail time. If I were the judge, I'd be like, sir, no need to say any further. I'm gonna sign that restraining order for you right now. Oh my gosh, that was wild. Holy moly. But I guess it's clear why he wants a restraining order. I shouldn't laugh at other people's expense. I should hold myself in contempt. I'm gonna rate that kind of high on the Cringe O Meter, like kind of in between, not super high, but not just mediocre. It's in between, mainly because of the fact that she demonstrated why there's a restraining order being put against her. Anywho, let's move on to the next video.
Before we hit the courtroom for our next story, we're going to take you back to the beginning of the defendant's journey.
I just want to see the footage. I'm gonna watch this real quick. Then I'll give you a quick update, or I guess recap of what happened and why he's in court, and then I'll watch the court footage. Okay, so I fast forwarded that whole section to the court cam. So basically this guy right here is being charged with several counts of armed robbery. Now what got him caught was he tried to rob a store, and the owner of that store opened fire on this guy before he even got in the building, ended up hitting him 3 times. So between the security footage and the owner calling in 911 and explaining what he did and what happened, and the local hospital saying, hey, we got a guy with 3 gunshot wounds, you might want to come check this out. They were able to find him, and he ended up confessing and being linked to several more robberies. Now 3 months later, he's in court. So let's see what this freakout is about. And yeah, you can see that he's in a sling on his left arm because that's one of the areas he was shot.
Now Hand sits in a Clark County courtroom in Ohio, where a judge has just handed down his sentence.
Did you just give me 40 years? Sir? Yes.
40?
You just gave me 40 years. Well, guess what?
Oh, what's he doing? What was that? Look at this lady in the background, just like, oh god.
Hand was
Oh, she's gonna
clearly
record.
expecting a lesser sentence.
Look at that.
But if we look again,
Did you just give me 40 years?
you'll see he came prepared for the worst.
You just gave me 40 years. Well, guess what?
Look closely. Hand reaches into his arm sling and pulls out some cloth that was hiding a small bottle filled with, ready for this?
Oh no.
His own feces and urine.
Excuse me a minute. I think I need to go vomit. Look, man, I know 40 years may seem like a long time, but you also robbed several locations with a gun in your hand, threatening people's lives. If you can't do the crime, no, that's not the saying. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. That's the old saying, and it still rings true to this very day. In fact, it will always ring true. Like, yeah, that may seem like a long time for robberies, but maybe there's more to it that we didn't know. And he's in the state of Ohio, so I don't know what the laws are there in terms of robbery and armed robbery. I don't know. I know that everywhere is different. Even here in Canada, every provincial law is kind of different. Most are generally the same, but some provinces have different laws than others, especially Quebec. We love Quebec and the French people. Anywho, moving on. He was actually charged with harassment with bodily fluids, obstructing justice, armed robbery. Dang. I didn't know you could be charged with using your bodily fluids as a weapon. I guess it makes sense. You can spread diseases and illness that way. So I'm gonna rate this one a super cringe because he literally had his own urine and feces in a bottle ready to just he made it rain with his urine. Oh my gosh. Oh, his poor attorney took the brunt of it. So gross. Anywho, super cringe. Okay, moving on.
This is 36-year-old Adam Satterley.
Oh, he looks like a
Satterley's
thug.
report today on a
Like he
bond
like,
hearing related
yeah,
to drug
but
charges.
ooh.
He's appearing before Circuit Judge Olu Stevens, heard off camera.
Your objection's notice overruled. Motion's granted.
Satterley's attorney warns his client to stay calm after hearing the bad
Probably
news.
knows he's a firecracker, that's why.
Take custody.
Judge Stevens has revoked Satterley's bond, meaning Satterley will return to custody.
So I get it back.
That yell you just heard was Satterley.
So I get it back.
You cannot call somebody those words, but specifically the blurred out word here. You cannot do that. That is so disgusting. I have no tolerance for that. I also like that he waited till he was out of the courtroom to have a breakdown, but he was pretty loud about it. So, sir, the judge definitely heard your little tantrum. Like, how does that end? Is that it? His attorney's like, oh, I don't know what to do, man. Okay.
The judge seems to be moving on with the day, but then...
Oh, there's a butt.
Before you go, no dog, me one second. You're not going to go and tell the sheriff. Okay.
Oh, he's bringing him back in the courtroom. Oh, this is like a child. Honestly, I relate a lot of these videos back to my job, my profession, where I work with little children. Right now, I work with preschoolers, and there's times where it's like, they throw a tantrum, I'm like, you need to go calm your body, and then afterward, I'll talk to you. That's exactly what's happening here. Oh gosh. Okay, so let's fast forward this a little bit, because this is taking forever. Let's start it here.
Is there something that you wish to say to me?
No, it's my brother.
Oh, was that your brother? Because I heard you say a racial epithet.
No.
This guy is such a wuss. Like, I hate to say that, but like, own up. Everybody heard you, okay? The judge definitely hurt you. Hurt you? Well, he probably hurt you too, but I meant to say hurt you. The judge definitely heard you because he just called you out on what you said about him. You cannot drop racial slurs against anybody, and I would not want to do that against the judge, who kind of is in control of how long you're in prison for. Just saying.
I didn't mean it like that.
Oh, you didn't mean it like that? Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to hold you in contempt for having said that. And you don't speak those words in here.
Yes,
And
sir.
that word particularly,
Yes,
you don't use that word.
You tell him, Judge
Now, give me
Stevens.
60 days
I wish this footage was more clear so we could really see the expression on his face. But I told you, you don't mess with police officers and you don't mess with judges. Just follow the rules and be respectful. Like, you're the one who done messed up. You're the one who chose to do a crime, so they're just giving you out your time. Yes, I made that rhyme. Oh, that rhymed too! Oh my gosh. Such a dork. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Oh wait, before I do, I gotta rate this one. We'll put a low on the Cringe O Meter because it wasn't the most shocking outburst. It was just it was more vulgar. So let's move on.
County Courthouse in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Florida. Okay, I'm not American obviously, but there is something about Florida. I don't know why, but there's always the weirdest criminal cases in Florida. And I'm sorry if you're from Florida and this offends you, but like, can you tell me what's going on? Because every time there's like a super weird case, it's always in Florida. Why? Okay, let's see what happens here. So this lovely person right here, like disgusting. His name is Christopher Cologne, even though I could have sworn his last name was Colon, and I think that would honestly be a better fitting last name because he's a bit of a donkey, if you ask me. But he is being charged for violating a restraining order after he physically assaulted, like beat his ex-girlfriend who was also pregnant at the time. So he just deserves to go to prison the rest of his life. If he doesn't get at least 40 years like the other guy, then what the heck's going on? Anyway, let's watch this.
Yes, sir. I remember.
Less than a month ago, Cologne posted bond in the aggravated battery case and went free. So the judge isn't exactly thrilled to see him again.
I wouldn't be.
You're already out. Yes, sir. And my bondsman is willing to take me out again on a bond.
Oh yeah, like they're gonna let you.
Yeah, but that won't be necessary today. Because I'll see you guys in with a lawyer and a lawsuit too. Oh wait, bring it back, please. And you can go yourself too.
Cologne storms off.
Could you bring it back to me, please? Judge, back.
I put him in cuffs at this point.
Good morning to you. Yes, sir. Wait, Mr. Cologne, yeah, don't mute that. Could you turn that mic back on for me? Turn the mic back on. You got it. Okay, I'm being dead ass. $125,000. Bond account 2 will be 100.
So this guy's mad because he's not being let out on bond again, because the last time he was let out on bond, he went and he violated his restraining order and freaking beat his pregnant girlfriend. So yeah, the judge is like, I'm not putting you out on bond again, screw that. So this guy's all mad. Sorry, do you really think there's gonna be no consequences for your actions? Like, what? If there was no such thing as a consequence for your actions, the world will just be anarchy. Okay, is it just gonna be him like yelling and swearing? Is that it?
$250,000. Okay, no problem. I can bond out, man.
I would raise it a bit. 250 million. Good luck, buddy.
7168 CF10. You'll be held without bond. That bond is revoked.
Yeah.
Seemingly no issue. The judge has just taken away the bond from the aggravated battery case, meaning Cologne will not be able to go free
Says Colon.
this time. And this really...
What happened?
Like I said, you guys, while you guys had it. Sir, the court at this time,
Hold him in contempt.
is inclined to hold you in contempt of court.
Do it.
I got lawyers.
Doesn't matter if you got lawyers. The judge is the one who ultimately. Oh.
Contempt of court for disrupting this court.
Yes.
Now, I will give you an opportunity. Is there anything you'd like to say? You ain't no Hitler, man.
What?
Noting that you made no comments in your defense, the court at this time will sentence you to 364 days.
What? I love how he orders him to 364 days in jail instead of 365. So he's like, it's almost a year. You got that one day to show some good behavior. Okay, so he basically just screams at him continuously. Oh, and then he comes back and apologizes. Okay, that one was low. Again, it wasn't that bad. He just was very angry and used a lot of curse words. So we'll just rate that low on the Cringe O Meter. I think we're on the last video now. So basically this guy, Alan McCarthy, is being charged for threatening a judge, which is never a good thing. Again, don't mess with judges. Like, so his children were also taken out of his custody, and I wonder why. So here is a pre-trial hearing. What happens? I'm so excited. That's your bad finger. With prison? Oh my gosh, advertisements. This judge is even involved in that specific case of his children being taken away. You've never been sworn in this court, but you've definitely sworn in this court, if you get what I mean. Let's go back to Angry Joe over here. Okay, so let's skip because basically he just yells at the judge the entire time. Let's see what happens. Wait, what? And he wonders why his children were taken away. You're threatening the life of children that aren't even born yet. Because the judge's wife is apparently pregnant. That's what we kind of missed. Wow. Wow. Okay. Taped shut. What? You can do that? You can tape a defendant's mouth shut in court? I'm not resisting. Continues to resist. Oh my gosh. Again, this is just like my work. Like you try and pick up a child when they're in trouble to remove them from the situation so you can kind of talk to them, and they play dead weight. Oh my gosh. I'm not resisting, but let me throw a tantrum and make you do all the work to move me out of this room. Gosh. He's literally stiff as a board. Dead weight.
This time he's placed in a back room with a one-way mirror.
The fact that they removed him twice and now isolated him to a room with a one-way mirror, that's crazy, that's crazy. Oh my gosh, he's still going. 15 years, dang. 20 years total. Oh, that's it. This was in Florida. I'm gonna rate that kind of in between. It's kind of in the middle of the Cringe O Meter. It wasn't super cringy or anything like that. It was more or less just like uncomfortable in the sense of like, he just swore a lot. I also love how he's like, I've never been sworn into this court. Well, yeah, because you won't give them an opportunity to swear you in, so what do you want? Anywho, that is all I'm going to do for now because I gotta get going to my sister's house. I am not going to do an author and book shout out because again, I have somewhere to be and I just wanted to record this quickly before I left. So until I'll see you next time, take care, be safe, and be kind, please. Be kind to people. You know, life is hard. The world is all messed up. Let's just be kind. All right? Can you do that for me? Can you do that for you? Be kind to others and you'll see that kindness come right back. Anywho, I'll see you later. Bye.